Welcome to your first day of the wealth building process. This is episode number 4 of the 4 episodes. The first one was your fire number. The second one was determining what strategy that you wanted to use via debt Snowball or debt Avalanche to get out of your debt. The third one was opening up your brokerage account and begin making your first trade. And now we are at the part of the journey where we get to enjoy the wealth building process and grow that portfolio to our fire number. And so if none of that really made sense or you hadn't seen any of the episodes prior to, I have a link to the playlist down below in the description so you can take a look at the Journey to Financial Freedom, the series that I have put together of the 4 episodes in order to build your wealth. And so today we're going to talk about the first day of your wealth building process and what to expect over this long period of time. I always like to do videos on things that I have firsthand knowledge. So I don't want to get a little bit ahead of myself because I have not reached my financial number. So it would be a little bit hard for me to share with you how to reach your financial freedom number if I hadn't done it myself. But I want to share with you, I have been on this journey for a little bit with my wife and I. So I want to kind of share with you a couple things that I have learned along this phase of the journey and hopefully entice you to keep on coming back a little bit more as I do financial updates and things on a monthly basis so that we can begin to build a support group and a following together that will allow us to provide, information to each other on how to overcome different obstacles, different successes, and a place where we can congratulate and motivate each other. And then finally, a place where we can see those who have started the process, went through the process, and then at some point reach their financial freedom number. So if that is important to you, stay with me as we talk about this phase of the journey in building our wealth right after this. What have you accomplished? And by no feat is this a small thing. It's only 3 bullet points, but as I know, and as you possibly know too, that is possibly years of work between those 3 bullet points, with the majority of that work possibly being, or not possibly, being in number 2. But the thing that you have done that I really want to bring light and shed light on is you have an end goal. You have determined your fire number. You have determined a portfolio size. You have determined your pool rate. You have determined your annual income that you would like to receive when you are financially free. Excuse me. And so that is a feat because now that gives you a game plan and something to work towards. You're not shooting in the dark. You have that clear flag right there that is pointing you in the direction as to where you need to go. And you know halfway through the mountain, you're not done until you get to the top of that flag or to the top where that flag is. So number 1 is a major feat. Number 2, you have went through this process of cleaning up the mess you have made, and not only cleaning up, but hopefully preventing yourself from going back into the mess that you have made. You have gotten more financially disciplined. You have gotten more financially strict on what you can and cannot do. You have possibly shed some things along the way in order to lighten up that debt in an easier fashion. But you have become financially disciplined and mentally disciplined in order to take on the journey that you're about to go after here in this phase of your wealth building journey. Finally, I hope in the 3rd episode I provided enough information to get you started investing in the stock market, and I hope that period of you investing in the stock market showed you that is the place that you want to be in order to build wealth. And so with that being said, I want to say congratulations for going through those 3 steps and putting yourself in a position and your family to become financially free. But let's talk about this wealth building journey. And how do we maintain? How do we stay on this fight? Because this is a marathon. This is an endurance race. This is where stamina is brought out. This is not going to be quick. This is not going to be easy. For us and our family, this is a 16 to 17 year journey. So there's going to be many years and months and obstacles along the way that are going to really make us question whether or not we're going in the right manner. And so the first thing that I want to bring to your attention, and this is something that I personally struggle with the hardest, and I actually just recently purchased my first financial trophy in November when our portfolio reached $100,000. But you have to have financial trophies. Financial trophies for me is anything that I am excited about, and it allows, in the same manner that kids get trophies, it's adult trophies for doing something that is positive and successful, and you seeing that plan through. So again, for us, it was getting our portfolio to $100,000, and once that happened, then we can take a little bit of money out and go purchase something, a financial trophy. If you're new to the channel, you'll start seeing I did 2 financial trophies last year, and then as I keep going forward, we're going to keep doing financial trophies. But financial trophies is where I get to celebrate on the success that we have done. And for me personally, and what I'd like to do is whatever I purchase, I always write a little note to myself and whatnot. I'll actually attach the financial trophy, the last one we just did, so that you can take a look at that particular video if it's of interest to you. The next thing that I need you to do, and this is what I always do, and again, this is why I wanted to put a video together on where I was in this particular journey. I didn't want to talk to you about reaching financial freedom because I hadn't done that just yet. But these are the 3 things that I do when I am faced with challenges, things aren't going as planned, or I'm getting pulled away from the path that I'm supposed to be on. And so the first thing that I always do is I remember how I felt when I received that first dividend, and understanding that I was getting paid to have my money sit in the stock market. I had went out to work, I had earned that money, I had then put that money to work in an investment, and now every single quarter that investment sends me back money with no additional work needing to be done on my end. And that is an amazing feeling to me, and what I truly like about dividends, and why a portion of my portfolio has an allocation towards dividends and dividend ETFs. The second thing, and this scares me the most, is the debt that I had. The feeling of those monthly payments, owing people money, is a place that I never want to go back to. And so when I begin to see myself getting pulled off of my journey, I always think about the feeling that I had, and nothing that I'm going through has come close to the feeling that I had when I had all of that debt. And that gets me realigned almost like a chiropractor to keep on moving forward. Finally, the third thing is with these 1% days that I talk about. I talked about this in episode number 3, about our portfolio on average. It moves somewhere about 1%, up or down on a daily basis. And I always think about, now our portfolio is around that 100,000. It's actually pulled back a little bit over this last December and January. Has been a little bit tough in the stock market, but I appreciate it because it allows us to get our positions in at a lower cost basis, so that on the next upstream we'll be able to see 20% or 12 to 15% growth on a larger number, since we got more money in at a lower number. But imagine these 1%. So again, right now our portfolio is at around 100,000. But imagine a 1% day on $1 million portfolio, on a $2 million portfolio, a $10 million portfolio. That's what keeps me excited, because I know based off of the amount that we're doing and putting, I always plug in our numbers into the investment calculator all the time. And our investment calculator is telling us that somewhere around 30 years, our investment portfolio is going to be somewhere around 15 to $18 million. And so 1% on a $15 to $18 million portfolio is $150,000 a day. So that is people's income over the course of a year. So that motivates me and keeps me excited and keeps me pushing along this way, because I want to see what that feels like, so that then I can be able to sit here and tell you about the journey that I went through and how I reached financial freedom and what it feels like to be on that side of the journey. And then finally, the third thing, and this is something that and one of the main reasons why I started this YouTube channel, because it's hard. And personally, I need a support group myself. And so I'm looking to hopefully find individuals and those that are watching these videos, and hopefully you have an interest to, on a monthly basis. I don't know if I can do it, during financial updates or something. I might start doing live streams where we can just come together and just talk for an hour about different things and ask questions and celebrate people's successes, give motivation to those who are going through something difficult and facing different obstacles. Share with each other tips and whatnot. So I want a support group that helps us get through and gets us from where this gentleman is at the bottom of this picture up to that red flag. So if that is of interest to you, please hit that subscribe button. Come back for future content. let's get together and talk on a monthly basis and be each other's motivation to reaching that financial freedom. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you so much. I'm proud of what you have accomplished thus far, and you will continue to be successful in your life. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.